One of the good things about going around the country following the U-20 World Cup is to really help the younger developing referees move forward with their refereeing. It's easy to watch on the television different aspects of refereeing, but do they actually understand? And my job really is to break things down a lot easier for people to understand, make them aware of what the law allows us to do, what it doesn't allow us to do, and actually be more aware of what's happening on the field of play. It's not black and white, and we have to open the minds of referees and understand that it's not just refereeing, blowing a whistle, showing red and yellow cards, it's how we manage the game. And so the whole point of this legacy tour is to go onto the field, work with the younger referees, developing referees, get them thinking a lot more, and even the elite referees. This is something we have to work with. Continuous working and development is important for development for them and to move through the refereeing ladder. The whole idea really was to give something back to the country. Not everybody could be part of the under-20. We have to leave something where, from a refereeing point of view and a footballing point of view, we can learn from. And this is important. So there's obviously lots of coaching aspects that many of the coaches in New Zealand have looked at from a playing point of view, but we're actually looking at it from a refereeing point of view. And everybody wants to referee at the highest level, but people come and watch the referees here from all different countries. They see things, they're not quite sure why certain things are done. And to follow it up really by going around explaining why some of the decisions were made, what instructions were given in tournaments, and we can all know what the laws of the game say, but how we interpret them, how we apply them is very different. And really my job is to follow this up from what everyone has seen, ask questions, answer questions, queries that they have, but more importantly to try to get them on the field of play, understanding what we do, why we do it, and getting them to do the same things that, and the instructions that we've been giving the referees at that tournament, giving the same instruction and interpretation here as well. You never know what you're going to face next. Every game's different. I think it's important that referees are ready for the unexpected. And we have to teach referees that don't switch off. We have to manage the game, manage the players. I think refereeing is very much like being a fireman. You go around putting out little fires throughout the game. We don't deal with those small fires, they turn into an inferno. And it's all about management, and it's all about dealing with it, keeping it simple, not letting things escape, run away from you, keeping control of that game. And it's easy to lose control of a game if you're not aware of what's going on, what's happening on the field, the tactics of the team. So all these things, it's important that we try to explain and say to all the newer up-and-coming referees things to look for, because when they get to the very top level, there's no hiding place. You get found out. So experience, education is vital. I could say that a highlight is probably my very first game on the local parks, because you've got to start somewhere. I always remember comments that were made to me that day, and I remember giving a decision 50-60 metres away and someone saying, "Referee, how can you give that? Why are you giving it from that distance?" And I always remember that as long as I live. How can you give that decision from there? And they were right. So that stuck with me. It was a special game, my first one. But then I can go to the opposite end of the spectrum and say refereeing Brazil Argentina was a huge game as well. I've refereed in different countries, in Africa, in the Middle East, and in the Himalayas. Great experiences, and with that comes different challenges. So they're all special. All games are special. They're all different. You can remember all your games. So sometimes it's not always the personalities that are there, it's the circumstances around the game. So they're all special. Refereeing their first FA Cup final at Wembley was a huge experience. And so, many special moments, but you never know what's next. You never know what's coming next. So, you're only as good as your next games, as they say. So, you never know what's going to happen. You've got to take every game for what it is and enjoy every moment of your refereeing.